Good evening, folks. Thanks so much for joining us tonight on our broadcast. I have two of my favorite people with me today. They're gonna bring you the real, y'all. They gonna bring us the real. So we'll start with you, Renata. Can you tell everybody who you are and what you do?
Hi, I am Renata Wallace, owner and stylist at RW Couture, Advanced Nail Tech at Dot's Natural Nail Spot, and the owner of the CBD Effect.
Good evening, folks.
Good evening.
Okay, it was some feedback. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay,
That's okay.
We know you
Roberta.
doing. You got problems with your video audio.
I'm trying to get the Facebook together, make sure people can see it.
Ooh, we know
You
that.
ain't, you ain't right.
This
Roberto, tell me who you is besides picking on me.
so I'm Roberto Stewart. I am a friend of Lakeisha since South Alexandria sixth grade center.
Oh,
Veteran. Yeah, I remember. Retired veteran, current student of political science, criminal justice.
yes. So, as I said, these are two of my favorite people because they keep it 100 all the time. So, tonight we are talking about Breonna Taylor, her case. We're talking about some of the lies that have been exposed in this case, but we also want to talk to you about voting and why it is important that you get your behind registered and that you get your behind to the polls and vote. So, we're going to start with Brianna, first and foremost, was not happy with the verdict. Not so much the verdict, the fact of the charges. So I want to start there. Roberto, tell us because again, we know criminal justice a little bit. Um, the charges. What what happened? What happened there?
That's a great question. We can't figure out what happened. We're not gonna. Ultimately, we're not gonna be told that answer. What I believe happened is the attorney general or the district attorney, whoever presented the grand jury with those facts,
Mm-hmm.
one, presented them in a way that was favorable to the police officers. Two, people may not know this, they get to give them options. Say, option one is murder in first degree. This is they can actually go in and say, okay, murder in the first degree is this premeditated murder. I can prove that this person thought about it, acted on it. This was the intent, blah, 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 blah. And if I present this evidence this way, you can convict them of murder.
Right.
Got it. I can also present it in a way that if if I shoot at you and miss and hit the wall, some kind of way, some kind of neglect somewhere in there, and you can still charge them with that. They can give them a list of charges and then present their facts in a way that will actually skew what you're hearing if you're on the grand jury. Now, my issue is not with that. My issue is with this. Kentucky, I want to say is 22% black. No, it's less than 22% black. The city of Louisville is 22% black. Mm-hmm. Of those 12 jurors in that grand jury, how many of those jurors look like me? How many of those jurors look like you? How many of those jurors knew what this case was about? Mm-hmm. Said, you know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not, blue lives matter. Blue lives matter. I don't care about blah, 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 blah. How many of those grand jurors sat, what was the vote? You need 9 people in the state of Kentucky to convict, or not convict, to indict.
To indict. Yeah.
So now my question is of those 12 people, was it a clean sweep? Was it 8 out? Did we miss it by one? Did we miss it by
Mm-hmm.
8? What's the number? And
Right.
now we have things coming out. Well, the boyfriend didn't shoot at the police, and Shaq and Charles Barkley said this, and y'all keep going away from the issue and
Right.
dealing with this other stuff. You can
Mm-hmm.
be mad at Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal all
Mhm.
you want to. First question is, if you are a police officer, and I told you as a judge that you have the ability to walk into because you presented enough evidence to me, you want to go do a no-knock warrant on somebody's home.
Right.
Are you expecting to go home tonight if you are a police officer? And I know I'm
Mm-hmm.
playing devil's advocate because some people don't want to hit it. Are you
Right.
expecting to go home? If the answer is yes, and someone shoots at you, are you going to shoot back? Or are you going to be like, you know what? I'm gonna think about it for a couple of seconds or a couple of minutes because I just went into these people's home. Something else
Mm-hmm.
on y'all brain. You have the ability to protect your home. All these Second Amendment rights people
That's
rolling
right.
around here, you notice
That's
they ain't
right.
no.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's right.
You have
That's right.
an ability to do that. Now, here's the part that tripped people up. Well, if they had enough evidence to go into her home because of who she was associated with, did
Right.
Breonna Taylor know that she was under investigation? So if she didn't know she was under investigation, I don't know if I'm under investigation. You can knock on this door if you want to, but bust it down and watch what happens.
Exactly.
I
And
don't
see
know if I'm
that's
under
where the
investigation.
problem.
So if I don't know I'm under investigation, I'm
That's
not
right.
looking back and forth and be like, oh, well, let me check let me see if the
Well, they
police.
might come. They might come to my house. Exactly.
So
Yes.
That's
what
it.
kind of all of those things happen at one time as soon as that door opens. As soon as they
Hmm.
Exactly.
door open, all of those things got to come to your mind at one time. Did I have
Right.
I done something wrong in the past, I don't know, 5 months that would warrant my door being knocked down? If the
Yeah.
answer is
Yeah.
no, if the
Yeah.
answer is no, guess what? It don't matter if I'm associated with Suge Knight
Thank you.
and whoever else. It don't matter who
Thank you.
my
The
associate.
boogeyman, Freddy Krueger. It don't matter.
Donald Trump can be one of my friends. It don't matter. Vladimir
But
Putin could be one of my friends. It don't matter. You do not have the ability to walk through my front door without me giving you permission. And
Right.
I'm gonna buck back at you. I mean, it's dark. I mean, it's late at night. I'm asleep. I might be in the bed naked. You finna get these shots though for real, because that's not cool. So now
that's it.
that's the thing that
Mhm.
everyone has to kind of get out of this. This is how I feel about it. How you feel about it is how you feel about it. We
Hmm.
Right.
talking about feeling right now. We talking
We're talking
about
about the.
the facts. So all of
Mhm.
those things happen at one point in time. At one point in time, all of those things intersect. And the question you have to ask yourself is this: if I haven't done anything wrong, I have a gun. Nobody said that if he shot at her. You notice no one said that the gun was illegal. He had an
Hmm.
illegal firearm. It was unregistered. It was
Right.
unlicensed. Nobody
Mhm.
said
Right.
any of those things. Well,
Hmm.
he was associated with some known drug dealers. He
Hmm.
might have been a drug dealer himself. So blah 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 blah. Nobody. Again, problem ain't the problem. Problem is your attitude
Right.
about the problem. And what you think you see, you ain't really see because you listening to the news and you're not. You have to start listening to the news with a third ear. What don't you hear? What aren't they saying?
Yeah.
That's
And
the
I think that's the problem. Well, I think the first
Yeah.
problem is the no knock warrant. What
Mhm.
that what see these are the things, like I said, that's the problem there in itself. A no knock warrant.
Mhm.
Why?
And you at the wrong house anyway.
And you, because had you identified yourself when, hey, we're here, we have a warrant, they would
Right.
have got up, hey, you're at the wrong house, this is the blah blah. So things could have transpired differently.
Right.
We don't know if Breonna Taylor would have been shot. We don't know if she would have been shot if they
Mhm.
had identified themselves. So that's the first thing. And like I said, it goes back to It's not about defunding the police so that there's no one here, like these commercials that these politicians try. Oh, well, when you call 911, ain't nobody gonna answer. No, 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 no. That's not defunding the police.
Right.
Like he said, it's not even so much that we need to defund them if we don't allow them, first of all, to have as much power as they do, to
Mm-hmm.
be able to that are not being held accountable,
Yep.
that there's zero checks and balances. They work for us, but they don't have to respond to us. You can shoot somebody, but you can't question us. You
Yeah.
can't film us or turn the camera off. You can't do that if we stop you because I'm driving while I'm black, and you can't. No, 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 no. Well, you need to turn your camera off. No, you work for us.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. I need to be able to question you. I need that camera to stay on, whether I'm recording you as a citizen, or but it needs to be mandatory that I don't even know how they should have. I don't even know how they should do it, but they shouldn't even have access to turn them off. When you get in that vehicle, when you're out on patrol, it needs to stay on at all times. It ain't no
Mm-hmm.
turning it off. Turn
Yeah.
the camera off so you can't see what. No, that's the problem. And but again, like I said, as citizens, we want to holler about all our rights, this, that, and the other, and they want to blue light, this matter, that. No, we've got to get back to holding these. No, no, no. We need to reform these police departments. Like I
Yeah.
said, half of them, you see what's going on in Louisville, and half of them coming in. They're coming in and armor trucks and all of that. This not the military, boo. You a police. What's this the police? So again, we've allowed too much to go on as American, as US citizens. We've
Right.
allowed too much of that, and that fear, oh well, you gotta have this because this is happening, oh this da, 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 da. It's just like after 911, the Patriot Act and all of that. They
Yeah.
put that fear and they coming back again. Well, this big bad America, y'all should have things in place. We don't need all of that. And I'm not saying I don't want to be protected as a citizen. I
Mm-hmm.
do. When I call the cops, I want them to come. But not 2 or 3 hours later,
Mm.
depending
Okay.
on where I'm at,
Speak on it.
depending on where I live.
Right.
It's crazy. Like I said, tell all off the subject. When my house was burglarized, my father beat the cops here, and I had an alarm. But how they work?
Right.
And it's the same thing. Like I said, we've got to reform that first. But it doesn't take away the fact that this young lady was murdered. I don't give a damn who she was associated. What y'all may have thought, this, that. It don't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. Okay, so had that been a kid, would have been, oh, okay,
They would
well,
find something on him too. Yeah. They would have found something
you
too.
know, but
Yeah.
it's just it starts there, and like I said, we have got to really get serious about who we're electing. Just because, like
Mhm.
that, the attorney general, that, oh, I'm not this, that, and the other. Okay, he got to be reelected. He
Mhm.
gonna have to be reelected. Y'all gonna let him stay? He gotta
And
go.
transpired since
Mhm.
he dropped that verdict, y'all. We all started putting, well, Roberto, I think you called it. Renata, you mentioned it a little bit, but the pieces started to fall in place for me. Okay, so you come and say we ain't putting no charges in, you crying. Now you related to Mitch McConnell some kind of way. Somebody say that's the granddaughter, somebody say that's the
I don't.
niece.
It don't even matter because we know if whether he related or not. My point is that first of all, we are allowed these people the money from the PACs, from these. You watch my back. Okay, then you gonna do this to this. Oh, we can move
Mm-hmm.
you up this, that, and the other. No, 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 no. See, we
Mm-hmm.
got to take that back. We got to
Yeah.
take that back. Politicians need to be worried. Well, we're gonna put you in office, and this is what I tell people all the time. We need to get serious about putting people in office. Say, okay, this is what we need for our communities. Whether it's the police department, we don't want this going. We need to change these policies.
Right.
Okay, you got 4 years. We're gonna see where you at. We elected you, but you got 4 years or however many years to take.
It
At the
takes
end
to
of
do.
that 4 years, we're gonna look at our agenda and say, well, we wanted this, 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 that, and Well, they tried this and this and okay, okay, now you didn't get you were supposed to do this for us.
And you
You're
didn't.
gonna have to come on out, boo. We're gonna have to find us somebody who gonna take care of this for us. We're gonna have to move. And people want to say your vote don't matter. It does if you know how to use it, and when you use it in a right. And I'm gonna just say this: Black people, we get too emotional about things. We gotta learn to take our emotions out of things and start. Okay, no, 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 no. You didn't get
Right.
this. No, no, no. We can't do. We can't deal with you. We're not.
Right.
We can't allow you to stay in this position.
Yeah.
Without because you've done nothing for us, our community.
Yep.
Right, and you make a good point, which leads to like what Mr. Jason just said. There needs to be term limits, but again,
Everywhere.
y'all,
Yes.
we need to understand what happens
Yes.
when people go into office. Some of us don't understand the democratic process. Let's start there. We need to start educating people on that. They feel like somebody said it the other day. You said it just now. We Democrats sometimes go with emotion. Think about how many people who stayed at home and we got Trump in office.
Well, it's not only that, Lakeisha. It's not. I'm not going to even say Democrats vote with. It's like this. It's not because I tell people I have voted for Republican leaders before, for Republican presidents, for Republicans in other positions. I'm not concerned about because I'm this party. It's about what I need for me and my family, what I'm looking for, what works best for me or me and my
Right,
community. That's
right.
how I vote. But
Yeah,
and again, like I said, we got to stop just taking for granted. And
we
y'all know it's some old timers here in Houston. I ain't
right.
gonna say them. I'm be respectful, but you already know who it is. They've
Mhm.
been in the House and the Senate. We let them. Mitch McConnell, that older than the Constitution. How he still there?
Right.
It's no way he should still be there.
No ma'am. He is. He is.
Seriously. And
He
I'm
is.
like, he's too old, your ways, you're too old, you're stuck in your ways, all these. No, no,
Yeah.
we cannot allow this to continue. And it has polarized, it's torn us apart. Like I said, America, it's just like a woman. America always been like that. She just done pulled up that skirt and y'all see what's under that skirt and it ain't pretty. But it's always been there.
What kind of
Ain't
woman?
nothing changed. We all know what's under a woman's skirt,
Yes.
but we
That's
pulled up that and you don't necessarily like what's under it. America
right.
always been foul. I love this my country, but to
Right.
say, oh no, we have always been foul in the way we've done things and the way we handle. And like I said, this is just the byproducts of all of that bubbling up.
Everything that's been
It's
going
just
on.
coming
So
up.
let's talk about what Mr. Jason just says. Roberta, I'll pivot to you for a second. We need politicians that represent the people, not the party. Is that
Facts.
possible? Because I agree 1,000%. But is that possible?
I think it's possible,
No, it's
but the thing is, you don't think so, Roberta?
possible. So watch this. What's the law? Do you know about the law that governs how much politicians get your tax money when it's reelection time for their own reelection bids? Do you know about that law? You
No.
Uh-uh.
know, you know,
What?
did you? Did you know that the Democrats and the Republicans actually put a law into place that solidifies only having two parties? So watch this. When people talk about I'm just gonna vote
Independent.
third party, I'm just
Yeah.
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. It's a couple questions you got to ask yourself before they start voting third party. First question is this: in your state, is there a third party candidate right now in your state with a voice?
There's one on
Is the answer
well, we've heard of a Johansson or whatever her name is, but you don't
In
hear.
Texas.
And to be honest with you, you don't see no ass for, you
That's
don't
what he's
see
saying. No voice.
where they at?
no voice.
What they do?
That's
Okay,
true.
so now, so all these people, and I hope y'all friends is watching, Mr. and Mrs. I'm gonna vote third party. It's the lesser of two evils. Here's another question: if you can't do anything as a Republican or a Democrat right now in Washington, D.C., and they got people behind them,
Hmm.
535 congressmen and women sitting up there
Yeah.
between the House and the Senate. What your one little third party candidate gonna do?
Right.
Mitch
Yeah.
McConnell single-handedly stopped Barack Obama from appointing
Right.
somebody to the Supreme Court.
Right.
Now,
It did.
we just talking about Mitch McConnell. We can call it Republican. We can call it whoever you want to call it. If I'm a Democrat and I got the majority and you vote a third party president as the president of the United States, you know what I'm watch and see what he do. Don't worry, I'll wait. I'll be at home camping, roasting Wendy's on fire. Because you can't do anything as a third party in this country. This isn't a parliamentary situation. If this was parliamentary, you might have some kind of a gripe and an axe to grind and a means to enact on it.
Mhm.
Black folks, no offense to white folks, I love y'all too. Black folks,
Look.
this is what I need y'all to do. In the same way, the Tea Party had these extreme people on the right that didn't like Barack Obama, they didn't like affordable health care, they didn't like all these things. You know what they said? Well, we're going to start our own little party within our party. We can do the exact same thing. It ain't personal. It ain't personal. You know what?
Right.
I'm lying. It is personal.
It is.
It is personal.
It's personal. But if you handle things in a personal way, the same way you handle your business will never be successful.
Right.
Because you know why?
Right.
I'm worried about how you feel.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, did I do that to you? My bad. Oh my goodness, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
All love, well, I'm lying. You should love the access that the things that money gives you access to. Healthcare,
Yes. That's true.
patience,
That's
time with your family, time with yourself.
Yeah.
right.
You
Yeah.
just
I
love
feel
it for the sake of it.
too.
But if
Yeah.
you're gonna do business, if you're just gonna do personal stuff all the time,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna get what you gonna get out of what you put into it.
Put in it.
You-
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, my feelings that hey, you know, I love the way when I love when I feel great. We all love when we feel great.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, what's happening is we still the moral fiber of the United States of America. Y'all need to get y'all can still be I can guarantee you, my mom is the moral fiber of our family. But if she needs to beat my behind, it's gonna happen. It ain't gonna
Right.
be personal.
And she ain't gonna spare no rod either, baby. Not
This gonna help me in the long run. This help you
Right.
further down that road. You just don't see
Right.
it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Mm-hmm.
understand it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So why everybody's sitting here like, well, you know, I'm not gonna vote. I'm gonna vote this, the lesser two, what we supposed to do, blah, 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 blah. Here's a question. If you live in a city and you're black, I mean, you're talking about Houston, you're talking about Dallas or Atlanta, where you don't make up the majority of the population. My first question is how many great neighborhoods right now can I come into your city and come find and be like, I'm gonna stay there. I don't have to stay out here with these folks. I ain't got how many in those neighborhoods I'm gonna find? If the answer is zero, I'm not telling you that's your fault. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not telling you that's your fault. What I'm telling you is a system and process that you are good with and that you like, well, I'm gonna just sit at home and I'm gonna put my good over here. So if we good over here, why are you worried about Breonna Taylor? If we good over here, you know what? I mean, I can thoroughly throw a brick at President Trump head right now for $750 2 years and for 2 years and last 10 years. Let me get some tax money like that. But at the same time, I can't be mad at him. He using the same system you have access to.
We have access, and that's what I said, because that's what people were like, well, oh, this, that. Well, first of all, like I said, we all knew he was hiding something. And it, as I told a friend yesterday, if anybody who reads and not because I found it on Google, or that's what the internet, or that's what they were talking about on Facebook, or no, I read it on Facebook, so it's got to be real, knew that he's been a shyster. That was known before he was elected. Okay.
His first wife was that.
But the thing is he's using the very system that we all have access to
Right.
He has the lawyers and the tax people to find a loopholes. If you mad at Trump, you should be mad at Amazon. You know how much they paid in taxes,
You ain't pay that
and
much either.
he's a billion trillionaire at this point.
Yeah.
So my point is that because he found the loopholes and used them, okay, that it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, does it make it right? No. Because like I said, y'all chase me down for this little money I owe y'all. Get letters every other week about it. And I'm like, really? For real?
On me, all baby. Yes, ma'am.
You know, y'all chasing me down for this and this fool talking about he a trillionaire, this, that, and the other. And 750, hell, I wish I
For
wish
real.
that was all
Yeah,
I had to
750
whatever.
10, 15 years.
But
Just
you a
Yes.
billion. Thank you. Thank you.
that'll count for me as reparations. So I'm just,
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know, so but my thing is that he can manipulate, he can do this, that, and the other. That's not the problem. But we again, it goes back to we just have to we really have to pay attention to who we're electing
Right.
and what we need them to do when they're in the when we elect them. Period.
When they're in positions of power,
Period.
a lot of
And
people
and, and
don't.
like I said, don't
They don't.
focus on that presidential election only.
Yes.
Because if we can get this Senate and keep that House, then I don't care who win. If
yeah,
Trump
'cause black
win
folks
again, don't
bad
matter to
news.
me.
Y'all ain't go vote when it was time to vote for that Senate. I'm gonna just go ahead and put it
That's
out.
what I'm talking about.
Go
That's what I
vote.
Yeah.
tell people. That's what I tell people. Stop focusing. See, y'all. And even though I know it's people out there, I had the conversation with some people the other day, and he was, oh, y'all, we still black people still being tricked, and we giving a vote to the lesser. I say, let's stop. First of all, let's stop focusing just on the politicians. I said
Yes.
it's local. Your governor, the people you send into the house, that's where it
Yes.
matters,
That's
and
what
they
it's.
don't get that. They
Yes.
don't get
Yes.
that. you
Yes.
don't even
That's
you don't even have to, when you go in to vote October, you don't even have to vote for Trump, but you better vote down that line.
you so better.
You
Well, you
better
better
vote
vote.
down that line. You ain't got to even press no. If you don't want to Trump about it, don't matter. But make sure you got your Senate. Make sure you got the how who you want in the House and this,
And
that,
these
and that.
people
That's
locally.
where it matters.
Yeah,
Right.
Locally,
people locally are what governs your ordinances.
the
I put
judges.
and the people don't, and people may not understand that point either. Well, why we focus so much? We focus so much on it because cable TV has people believing that
Social media. Social
well,
media.
it's cable first because most of the
Mm-hmm.
people what they do is I'm gonna watch my Fox News, I'm gonna repost what my Fox News say on social
Yep.
media, and then it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In 1986, President Reagan made it possible for the news to be biased. So I'm not telling you that the news telling you a lie, but I ain't telling you the whole truth.
They tell you the whole
The
truth
whole
either.
truth. You
This
gotta
is
go.
my thing. And then
You
the
gotta go.
news is
Yep.
going to sensationalize things. It is up for you as an individual. I'm going to tell you, people can tell me, okay, all right, you can tell me, oh, really? And if I'm not, if I'm going to listen to them, I'm like, okay. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go do some research myself and find it out for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not gonna just go on just what you telling me, girl.
You
This the
have.
best stuff I ever had, but you don't need to. No. It's the best. Okay, but I'm still gonna go and
Right.
do my own and that's what people don't do anymore. They
Right.
don't
We
want to
don't.
do that. You
We
can see
don't.
that. Oh no, they said on Fox News. Even I watch CNN, but they can be dramatic sometimes. Okay, I hear this, and they
And,
want to. Oh my God, you got to do this, that, and the other, and hey, yeah,
right.
sitting up here. I mean, excuse me, just scared. Oh wait, what? If you didn't know no better, I'd be like, Lord, I'd be in here quivering under the bed. I'd be so scared of what. Well, it's gloom and doom if Trump win again. Da da da. Now, people, come on, y'all.
Or
Let's
somewhere.
get back to let's get back to figuring out things, researching things for yourself. And not
Yeah.
only that, again, let's have the conversations and not you're an idiot because you da 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 da. I do question some people that voted for Trump and stand behind him. I'm gonna say it like that.
Mhm.
The way they
Yeah.
do. I do question them. Because a lot of them, I'm like, y'all seriously, y'all know there's something wrong with him. You
They
know
don't
it's something wrong
care.
with him.
Some people don't care if something wrong with that man.
It,
they, they they good with something being wrong with that man. They like, you know what? That's my guy, because he's gonna tell it like it is. Well, I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you, stupid mother too, but that's not the
it,
point. The point is, if you know, and I love using people's words against them. We gonna make America great again, and then when you have that conversation,
America was never great. That's
you
the
can't
sad
even
part.
answer in a setting of people in a town hall. Black man asked
Mhm.
them 3 times the same question, same way. What does that mean for black people? When was
Mhm.
great for black people? This dude
Right.
cannot answer that question. It's 2 reasons why he can't answer that question. One, he ain't never been black. Two,
Right.
he don't care.
He don't care.
You know,
And three, he told people he hadn't read a book in 20 years. Come on now.
They
That
go
should have
back to
scared you
two.
enough.
Well, you can't tell me
Right?
you can't make something else. You can't make something up when you don't know.
Thank
Hey, you
you.
don't read, you
Thank
don't
you.
write. What do you
yeah.
actually do? And then you fired. You fired.
Yeah, that's how you know it's a real. We elected, and I say we because we live here. We elected a reality star, and I heard people say to me, "Oh, well, he's a good businessman." When we found out he wasn't such a good businessman, but
It
he's such a good businessman. You can, like you just said, Roberto, you can't run your business how you can run a country. It don't. It
and
don't
not
matter.
not only that, again, it goes back to just like I said. If you had to really truly researched him for yourself, not based on what you saw on You're Fired and TV, you
Right,
would have known he is
baby.
horrible. He was horrible at business.
Yeah, he's
He's hard.
horrible.
And then, like I tell people, oh, he's got this and that. No, boo boo, he's got his name. He's licensed his name
He licensed his name
on
out.
on
And
these hotels. He
how
don't.
he
That's it's just
you
his
don't own them.
name.
And that's
Come
what
on, he
people don't,
don't
and that's
own
what I'm
it.
like, how are you a good business? Well, I'm lying. You're a good businessman if you can do that. But he ain't getting $700 billion to license. Ain't nobody. For real, your name is Donald Trump. It ain't Jesus. So guess what? I'm not going to give you that much money. I'll give you about $300,000 so I can get your name on this building, so I can
Yeah,
bring
Yeah,
people
put
to
your
it.
name on the bill.
There's an air of Trump that
yeah.
comes
Right,
with lifestyles of the rich and famous. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to stay in the Trump hotel. That's
Right.
other than that, what can you bring to me
right,
factual that would make me want to vote for him as a candidate? People can
exactly.
Mhm.
tell about what Joe Biden did, and I get, oh well, when Hillary Clinton did the super predator, he was doing this and this is so here's another factual situation that maybe black people should research.
Mm-hmm.
How many of these black people that y'all voted or your parents voted into office, how many of them voted for that? Because I'm 100% sure when they were talking about gang violence and black on black
Yeah,
crime between 1986 and about 1998,
Yes.
100%
98.
sure that they was bringing black people on TV to talk about it.
Mhm.
And they weren't talking about no prison
Yep.
pipeline. They weren't talking about no, white on white crime. They weren't talking about some, it's so biased against us. What they were saying was, y'all need to come save us from these gangs and these drugs and this violence.
Mhm.
Black folks were saying the same thing white folks were saying. And guess what? Voting for white and black folks to go represent them in Congress and everywhere else on earth, putting up these same laws. So when
Yeah.
people try to get somebody, I got you moment for Joe Biden. It's an I got you moment for Kamala Harris. I'm sorry. What's your job again? So
Hello.
on your job, something is quote unquote
Right.
immoral. You getting your money, or you physically go talk to the CEO so you can get fired today? Just curious. I'm just asking for a friend
Mhm.
because there's
Right.
plenty of things I can sit here and say, I don't know if that was the right thing to do. That's your job.
Right.
Your job.
Mm-hmm.
If she
Mm-hmm.
was like, hey, this a little bit extreme, I may not go this hard in the paint, but she still put people in jail. She still did this. She still did that. It's 50 other states to go live in.
Right.
Just because you
Yeah.
don't want to go to Wyoming, Utah, North or South Dakota, Montana, Idaho, how that's my fault? How that's my
Right.
problem?
Right.
You can either help or you can shut up, or pretty much what you've been doing this whole time anyway. You can shut up. Social media has gotten people so opinionated and full of themselves that when you start pulling up facts,
they don't know what to do. They get mad at you, child.
opinion is still right because it's my opinion. Well, guess what? Opinions don't get you to heaven.
So
Opinion paid. Well, some people do, not everybody. And just because it's an opinion, don't make it a fact.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. End of the day, these people did what they thought was in the best interest of the country at the time,
or even the majority at that time. At that particular time, it was what was best for the majority, not for just a select few.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it.
Exactly. If I'm trying to do something for a majority, how am I? You're a minority. I get it. We know what the Sony quarters look like.
Yeah.
We know what the quarters look like. So you tell me. I'm not telling you that everybody in the Sonya quarters was a criminal. I'm not telling you that the Sonya quarters was a horrible, horrible place to grow up. Not even saying that at all. Nope. But at the same time, I know it has some drug dealers. I know it has some stuff going on there that we probably shouldn't have been knowing about.
Right.
That we probably get in trouble for.
We made different decisions.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We made different decisions because of that. And y'all make some really, really good points, because I want us to start shaping, this whole Breonna Taylor case around what needs to happen. We had the wrong people in place in office, and people are like, well, how do you say that? Look at the decision that was just made. Mm-hmm. Nobody who had the city's best interest. This city is burning down. They are rioting. They are the police attacking people because they mad because they stuff coming out. And you got this man who up here talking about, well, we made the best decision that was possible. And he crying on TV and he's saying based on evidence. And come to find out, I just shared a report today that the body cam says that they didn't even follow protocol from the beginning. They've been lying about this case all along. And like you just said, Roberto, you present this to a grand jury and they come back to you and say, no bill.
No, but again, and again, just like you were saying, with the from the attorney general, so we know he got to go. Who's the police chief? He's got to go. Mm-hmm. And somebody's, how do we get better quality candidates? You vet your candidates. You see who's running for office. You see what their qualifications are, and you go from there. And see, again, like I said, we're too quick to say, okay, we know that name. Okay, we're gonna put them in office. I know. Yeah. I've heard them. Okay, we're just gonna put them in office. But you're not following. You're not looking at their. You're not. Let's research this candidate. Let's see what they're really about, because they can tell you anything.
Because
they can tell you anything.
And that's the thing that people. I get upset when people do the one thing. Oh, you know what? They like steak and shrimp. I'm voting for them. You have to vet that person out all the way.
Yes.
I mean,
because they might like steak and shrimp, but you don't know if they want it like it grilled or fried or whatever. And you might only like yours fried and like people who like fried.
Yeah,
just because they like it, but they want it grilled.
Exactly. And that's what they want. You be a one-issue candidate. A lot of people that voted for Trump, I'm gonna be honest. I believe a lot of those people that voted for Trump were one-issue candidates when it came to race. We had a black guy become
much so.
You did this thing called Obamacare. I don't know what that's about, but you're using it, and so we need to get him out.
And pay your life too.
Hello.
Now you have a candidate in here that does not care about you. People will tell me, well, it's classism, it's rich versus poor. You have so many isms going against one another that when the rubber meets the road, everybody losing out unless you have. I'm not mad at Ice Cube for using this platform to say, we shouldn't be voting for Joe Biden. We shouldn't be voting for Joe Biden. But here's the thing. It don't matter if Satan was the president of the United States. How much money does Ice Cube have? O'Shea Jackson. He got more money than me. You think he really worried about the president? You really think he worried about who the president
But we
is?
don't look at that, Roberto.
You
We
think
just look
he's gonna be in
at
the
But only not only that, I think it's just like I said, they have a right to, and I understand he was saying, well, we shouldn't do this or that, or we shouldn't easily give our votes. No one's saying we're just saying, oh, whoop, okay, blah, blah, blah. To be honest with you, do I really think the candidates that we have are the best that I really want?
no,
No,
yeah.
not really. But
no,
guess what? I'm thinking of the better whole, the better good of everybody versus what's good for me. When I
Right.
said, okay, I'm gonna make the decision to go with these people because at least I know, like the problem with this nut and that, number one, he's not stable mentally, and that's not even a funny joking thing. To know
Right.
that someone like that is leading that's leading the country,
Mm-hmm.
that's scary. And second of all, it's all about self for him. It's it's self-preservation for him. He trying to make his money. He got millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars on debt that's coming up due. He broke.
he broke.
He
Exactly.
broke.
Ain't got
So
nothing, y'all. Ain't got
so of
nothing.
course he's looking at, so it makes sense what he's doing now. But
Mm-hmm.
again, like I said, for people who researched and knew who he was, you knew that was the reason why he was in there and why everything is about him. Because
Mm-hmm.
we already knew he was broke. But the
And,
point the
and,
the
and when
point of the
people,
matter is that we the country is so messed up now, and you've got this, it's just this shift of, oh my god, and this and that and black and white and this and that. And like I said, with all this BS with the, oh, black lives don't matter, oh, blue lives matter. No, ain't no blue life, ain't nobody blue. um Ain't nobody blue. There's nobody that's blue. But my point is this, is that until and just like they said, until you look at one race as a whole, black people, until you can say, okay, this matter, this work, the country's gonna, it's always gonna be this imbalance.
yeah,
It's never gonna be that. But
Right.
and that's the whole thing. Like I said, with all of this, and with especially with Breonna Taylor, and they, oh, okay, well, she did, okay, so it ain't no different than the white couple that they did here, that they went in, the cops, and they went in there and killed them. But
Mm-hmm.
they quick to handle up on that black cop, the black
Oh
cop
yeah.
that shot the
yeah,
Australian woman. They
yeah.
was quick
You
to
got
sentence
12
him.
years.
And that's what I was saying. I'm not fixing to argue with you to
Yeah.
try to make you understand that my life matter. I know my life matter. I know all black people's lives matter. That's not my
Mm-hmm.
point. But I tell you this, you're damn sure not going to have justice and quiet in this country until you realize that. And
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not looking for a special handout. I just want to be on the same playing level. Period.
I'm
The
Right.
looking
same
for a
level
special
that you're
handout,
on, I want.
to be honest with you. I'm looking for a special handout because no, I'm serious. Watch this. If I told you, if you had a choice, if you had a choice to live within a system that since its inception kind of left you out, when they could address it, they didn't. When they did
Mm-hmm.
it, they had to fight over it. After they fought over it and they said they addressed it, they kind of let it
Right.
go. They let other people address it for them in a way
Yeah.
that would adversely affect you, and not just you, the next you
And
that you have, your
we driving behind it.
grandchildren. Would
Yep.
you seriously not be saying right now, I'm not telling you that an apology is not warranted. I'm good with an apology. What are you doing to make it better?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously. If people want to say, when people say defund the police, and I'm like, okay, well, it's already been done. And here's the thing that you have to kind of wrap your head around again, have a little civics lesson. Police chiefs are not elected, technically. Whoever your mayor is gets to appoint them. The
On
city
point.
pays for it. So that's
Yeah.
why when y'all go out there and y'all, loot, ride, burn, or do nothing, or say this is the worst police chief since sliced bread like they did in Dallas, and you run people off, That's why they can be like, I resign. I'm already getting a pension from this what I'm in already. I ain't
Yeah.
worried about this. Cool. Sheriffs, however, you vote for them.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Yep.
you defund the police, you still have police presence. You have a sheriff that you can hold accountable for the
Yep.
sheriffs that's strolling around in the community. Because
Mm-hmm.
they want to be the sheriff again the next 4 years, however long, wherever you are.
Yeah.
They want
Yeah.
to be there. So when they say defund the police, trust me, you still paying. You do know you pay for the police twice. You pay if you're in the city, you pay for the city police and you pay for your county because the county
County.
can still show up to your house for various
Yep.
Yeah.
reasons. Even if you don't know
Exactly.
that, and they can. Just trust me. Trust me. We
Right.
took a class on it. Trust me, they can do it. But what
Exactly.
you understand is this. Yes, I should be afforded special treatment for everything that we have contributed and acquiesced to since
Yes. Okay.
16, 19, 16,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
16.
16 things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good with what you're saying. Oh, hey, Black Lives Matter. I'm good with we sorry. But guess what?
Oh, no, no, no,
If
no.
we sorry,
No, I did not say all of the apology was sufficient for me.
yeah, no,
No.
I'm just saying you can't be sorry and not give me an action. If somebody hit you in the face and they really be
Yeah.
sorry when they come back tomorrow and hit you in the face, are they really sorry for the first time? Because that's
Yeah.
2 times now. Now imagine getting hit in the face every day, all day for the last, I don't ever that you can remember anyway. And now that's what we rolling with is
Right.
I'm sorry. No. So in
No.
order to get some kind of change, I'm good with Joe Biden saying, well, we want to do this, and this. People need another civics lesson. The federal government can only broadly guideline certain things. Police
Exactly.
are one of those things. They can only broadly do it. It's not like the president can be like, everybody tell your police officers they fired. It's not going to happen
Yeah.
there.
Right.
The
Right.
city, your mayor,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go vote for mayor. Somebody say, Mr. Mayor, I do not like the way our police have been policing us or treating us X, Y, and Z. What are
Yeah.
you prepared to do to make that change?
Right.
When he says, hey, I got this candidate, blah, 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 blah. I need y'all to pick these phones up, Google his name, figure out what we've been doing for the last 10 to 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he finished, still ask hard questions.
You have
Yeah.
to.
Get more diversity in your police units. Because guess
Mhm.
what? I'm good with you sending, I'm good with your child being a football player, basketball player, astronaut, you know, number one player of the year. We still need cops. We still need police
Good.
in our before they be hopefully they good before they become cops. First and
Right.
foremost. The
Right.
thing is training. Black people
Training. Yeah.
can't go to white people neighborhoods and treating them like they treat black people black people neighborhoods just because you mad. That's not how they work. And
Right.
you're not going to get the type of response that you need from the community. Again, the
Right.
only police I see in my neighborhood, literally, they live here. Sometimes I see the police car every day going out. They live here. I see the
Mhm.
sheriff.
Right.
They live here. Do I see the police stroll up here 3, 4, 5? Nope, sure don't. Why? Part of that is us. Part of that is where we are. Part of that is
Mm-hmm.
hey, we got to learn how to, like you said, you're in the system already. You're in the system. You got to learn.
Right.
I get it. It's not fair across the board. But my mom used to tell us, just because this don't cost XYZ amount of money, don't mean it mean less. Because guess what?
Right.
If I tear this TV up, you ain't getting another one. Oh,
Right.
get on your
And it
brain.
costs money.
It's only 2 TVs in the house, and I
Yeah.
can't play Nintendo. You know what? We just treat this thing like gold. Y'all need to do the exact
Yeah.
Right.
same thing. I don't care if your house costs $50,000,
Right.
$500,000, $5 million. Everything has a value in some shape, form, or fashion.
Right.
If they think that you don't care, when they stroll into your neighborhoods, they already don't care. You don't
They
care.
don't.
That's what they
No,
believe. It ain't actually true, but that's what they believe. Look at this place. Who would live here? Why would they do this? Why would they do that?
that's what they say.
Exactly.
Yes,
Because guess what?
they
They
didn't
don't
be
live. They don't
saying
live.
it.
Well, that's where the BS that black on black crime shit stuff comes from, and that's what pisses me off. And that's why I tell people, stop. Don't even say black on black. That is stupid. Well, it was an Asian on Asian crime today. It was a Hispanic on Hispanic crime today. It was white on white crime. You don't even hear that. You don't hear that. And that's why I was like, stop with the black on black. We done been programmed. You hear that. Well, it's this because it's a neighborhood, so they killing each other. And that's the first thing that the average white person gonna use that's a Trump supporter. I'm not going to say every one of them, but you hear that. Well, you kill each other, you fight. Well, hell, I done seen plenty of stories. They done wiped out the whole family. With your own people, white people
Yeah,
come in, kill up the whole family, children included,
Shoot up the family and shoot up the mall.
everybody. But so again, I can't be focused on all of this and the. My point is this: the system gonna either it has to they're gonna have to cough up what they need for black people.
yeah.
But this fixing it's just going to be all these killings continue. It's just going to get worse. Just like I say in Louisville, the Louisville, the rioting and the police and what they're doing, and you're mad about it, but you created that. You created the rioting wouldn't happen if y'all had been
Yeah, it do
upfront
matter.
about what happened. And like I said again, all the no knock warrant, that don't even need to happen.
Yeah,
I don't even uh,
I ain't gonna
why
get.
would they even have that?
I'm
And
not
to
gonna.
me, it don't even make sense because I, as a police officer, hell, I wouldn't want to be trying to do no knock warrant. Then you're gonna get surprised, and you're more than likely gonna get shot at.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
gonna get
the no knock warrant. Yeah, the no knock warrant thing is that's a long situation.
right.
but again, this is what I'm saying.
People
As
need
as
it.
as as citizens, we need to know who put that in place. When did that become law? Why? And how did we allow that to happen?
Yeah.
How did it even get to the point of there being a no knock law? So Warren, and when did they decide that, and who did that, and what? Okay, no, we need to change that. So
Well,
Yeah,
that's what
most
I'm saying.
until it goes wrong, and it went wrong in Breonna Taylor's case.
yeah,
We don't know.
Right,
and
Not
that's the issue.
right.
The judge has to
But
sign
we have
off.
to do the work. It's the ugly work. It's the not pretty work we have to do.
right.
Being cute, okay, we gonna march and we gonna okay, that's fine. But damn, at the end of the day, we can march, we can come out. Woo, I march. Oh, but what ain't that
What you
that no
doing?
knock warrant is still that's
And it's
still
still
in effect.
Yeah. So
So
that's what people have to kind of understand.
yeah,
Yeah, a judge signed off on the no knock warrant. In order to get a warrant, it got to be signed by a judge.
okay. So then, and again, here we go again.
To the,
What
who did
judge
you
signed
vote
off
for?
on it?
Who did you vote for in the past 4 years? I'm not saying that Louisville is perfect, but who did y'all vote for? That's giving away no knock warrants and saying, hey, you know what?
Hey, he needs to come out of that. That judge needs to, if we can get him, he needs to be off that. He needs to, whoever that is, we need to
Why?
unseat them. They
They're
don't
not,
need to be on that.
they're not
No,
gonna tell you that.
that's the kind of work we have to do.
And the only person that has the ability to look at the no knock warrant at this point is dead. So that's why I keep telling people what you think you heard
ain't true.
you ain't hear what you really wanted to hear because
Yeah.
and that's why when we start talking about what you voting for, Karen, I don't know if y'all watch Karen Hunter. Karen, if you hear this or if you get some more people to listen to you, please, y'all should listen to this woman. She's on from 3 to 6 every day, Sirius XM channel 126. She has so many great guests come up and just talk about any and everything black, period. She was talking about it today, and she was saying people don't really understand the importance of voting because they think that it only goes to and I know we back on voting again. Voting
Yeah.
is why Breonna Taylor is dead, or it's the fact that
Mm-hmm.
vote. If you think that that's a lie, okay, then cool. I need you to, I'm on Facebook. Just find me. Tell me how it's a lie, and I want you to factually prove it. I want you to walk me through it because my wife will tell you. I will walk you through the process, and it will get back to your vote. Period. It will get back to your vote. It'll get back to you did or did not vote. It'll
Right.
get back to you thought that this was just, oh, it's all about being president of the United States. The only thing president did this time around was to cost you more money on your taxes when he said he wasn't going to do that. But that's a different
Exactly.
Just
conversation.
just
Yeah.
At the
lied.
same
We're
time,
not even gonna talk about
people,
that today.
yeah, at the same time, people need to understand that it is a very powerful thing because it's not your vote doesn't go into an electoral situation for the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
for the governor,
Mm-hmm.
for the city councilman, for your state senator, your state representative. It's not an electoral situation, and you have
Right.
the ability to influence other people. Grandma,
Right.
Exactly.
let me show you who you're gonna vote for, and this is why we voting for them. Black
Yep.
people, y'all need to start just at the end of the day, y'all have to start coalescing together and start saying, look, I don't care if it's the Black Democratic Party, the people that's more black, I don't care what you call it.
Right.
Grab it, hold on to it. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are gonna be certain places in certain states that people want your vote. And they're gonna come
Yeah.
knock on your door and be like, hi, my name is such and such and such. I would love for you to be my to vote for me. I would love for
Yeah.
that to happen.
Yeah.
Let's see your
Yeah.
10 point. This is our agenda. This is our 10-point Black people agenda. How many of them points you got? I mean,
Yeah.
I treat them treated just like spades.
Treat it like that, and then, like I said, you get together
Because if it's
with
for
your people.
you can't do it.
Exactly. And you get together with your people, and y'all, okay, y'all, this is what we got this. We know this is what we need in our community.
Mm-hmm.
We know we lacking, these schools are horrible, da 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 da.
Oh
We know
yeah,
we need this, and this.
Yeah.
Okay, now we got these candidates over here. Okay, which gonna be our best, which gonna be our best choice that's gonna get us here what we need. They
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, just like you say when they come to the door, what you gonna do? Oh no, I can only do one of those. Okay, so we
Okay. Well.
know you candidate two. How many you got? Well, I can possibly get three of them done, or four, or better yet, if one or two can't do it, okay, then y'all gonna say we gonna put three. You ready? You running for office? We gonna put you in there because we know you
exactly,
working to get all of these done. Now,
exactly.
if
Right.
you can get all these done for us, we gonna watch you. Cause in 4 years, if oh you ain't get one done for us, oh you gotta roll out. We gonna have to vote you out. We can't.
Yeah.
We can, and then until we really do that, and just start. I'm not saying we have to do it on a grand scale. You start on the local level. When they
You
see you
every
not playing and the big
chance.
you not bullshit, and you gonna make sure that you gonna hold them accountable, they gonna know, well, it their votes do count. Their votes do matter.
Right.
Look, they pulling they not reelecting these candidates. How
Yeah.
you think all them black women judges got here in Houston? How we got them elected in Houston?
Well,
Because
Mm-hmm.
we came together collectively, and we knew we were gonna put
exactly.
these sisters in there. We got to do
Right.
that all the time, consistently.
Right.
And like we say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You
Amen.
know, if you ain't doing what you need to, you can come out too,
Yeah, you need to
because
come
we're
on.
gonna
Yep.
find somebody who, and they don't necessarily even have to be black, but we have to put candidates and be serious about that. But
Put
again, like I
your
said, we got to
ability.
stop being so emotional and get to work. But we don't want to do that. We
Yeah.
we
We
just
got.
don't
We
want to
don't
do
have
that.
a.
Operative word. The one thing that, like I tell, hey, there are certain things that we say that are taboo that are kind of sort of like 30% true. We don't want to work. Not really.
Mm.
We about all this other action. We ain't really trying
Yeah.
to work. Because if you was really
Mm.
trying to work, some of the stuff that happened wouldn't happen. I get it. If you stay in a place where the majority of the people are not black, I got it.
Mm-hmm.
Louisville, Kentucky, I got you. I understand. I don't see how you got a black. Well, no, I'm lying. I do know how you got a black attorney general, but that's a different conversation altogether. But
Right. Right.
some of y'all are in places where y'all have representation that should not be there.
Yep.
Exactly.
And there is no excuse for it.
There's none.
You cannot tell
Exactly.
me that,
But
oh,
try to get
now it-
them together to talk about it.
well, yeah, and then when you try to do that, everybody have these big grand plans, and I'm like, okay, so
Yeah.
y'all need to go ahead and whittle that down to 10 and go from there.
And
Wrong.
let's
Hey,
go
shit,
from
it's just
there.
get them together. I offered that one time. Hey, I'm going to put together a panel. Ladies, let's come together. We're going to talk about these candidates. Who's going to go? Oh, I'm coming. I'm coming. Okay, cool. The day of, one person showed up. We got to put in the work.
Right.
If
I
we,
think
how the hell we
a
got to
lot
put
of
in the work.
but a lot of it comes from lack of education. People do not know. You can't do what you don't know. And so we have to start there. That's where the lot of work comes in. Yeah, some of us were in civic, education. Some of us stay, present in what's going on. Some
That's
of us
true.
don't. A lot of these millennials and these Gen Zs or whatever they is now, they don't know anything about what we're talking about, and they literally are carrying this election. We have to dumb it down, y'all, for folks to get what we're
And
talking
I
about.
don't know, and I don't even know so much if it's dumbing down, but it's just getting them to it, because a lot of our non-voting comes from generations of the families that's not. It was my parents voted.
Yes.
My parents
Yes.
voted. It was important. My parents would talk about it. So therefore I voted. And when as I had my daughter, I told her about the importance of voting. She
Mm-hmm.
has friends, her younger friends. When her friends come over, I've had some, oh, I don't vote. Miss Wallace, I don't vote this, baby. This is why you need to vote.
Mm-hmm.
We need you. This is why I need you to vote, and tell your friends. And I even tell my daughter that. Tell your if they want to talk about it, I'm willing to talk about it. I'm not going, oh, you don't vote. Oh, this. No, baby, this is why you need to vote. Even if it's just important to let them know. This is why, this, that. Just like I said now, with the Supreme Court fight. Hell, I'm 52, but I just thinking like the vote Roe versus Wade. I got a daughter, and she got friends, and I got nieces. We don't know how that's gonna fit. We don't know what's coming on. They might be raped or whatever. They overturn that. It's all, and it's not just the Roe versus Wade. It's things that's gonna affect generations with
Mm-hmm.
this next Supreme Court. Yeah, they
That's why
might
the
roll back, with our rights to vote and things like that. So, and that's what I said. We gotta not look at people like, and oh, you don't vote. What I've learned is just, okay, if you don't vote, that's cool. But let me tell you, this is why you need to, and it's important to. And if you don't understand it, hey, come talk to me. I'll talk to you about it. But I
yeah.
just need you to understand the importance of voting and
Yeah,
why
and
it's
it's
so
not,
important for you.
it's not cool if you don't vote. It is not cool. You need to vote. Your life, your livelihood, your communities, your children to come, my grandchildren that may come one day, whomever, all their lives depend on everybody voting. And it needs to be
Hmm.
said, just like you can go stand in line for them tennis shoes. I need you to stand your ass. I'm sorry. Stand
Yeah.
your behind in line to go vote. Our lives depend on it, y'all. Our livelihoods depend on it. I am a entrepreneur, proud of it, but my livelihood is on the line if we don't get
Hmm.
the right people in office
Right.
now to make sure that we do things right. If we gotta sit and do forums every Monday, every Tuesday, we need people to understand
Hmm.
why it has to happen, because now we got too much on the line, y'all. Breonna
Yeah.
Taylor, like Roberto just said, should not be dead if people would vote.
Right.
It's too important now. It's
You know,
too important.
and you have to do that. You do need that education piece, and one of the other things my wife and I were also talking about, came up today. Fill out the
Mm-hmm.
form. I don't care if the government
Please fill out the census. That's what I was saying, y'all.
in your
Please.
form to figure out
Yeah.
all your business. You don't have no business in the first place. How do you think they keep defunding your education system?
But
Because
this is my thing with the census, and it's not so much as being in your business, because what people don't really understand is they get that information. It's not like they're going to say, okay, she got 4 people over here, so y'all better watch. She got 4 people in that house, and she doing it. No, no, no. And a lot of the information is confidential, but we need it. And that's why I tell people. That's why I posted it the other day with the census. Please complete the census. Do it. It's, you can go online and do it. It's quick, it's easy, but just put the information in, because you wonder why your schools are crap, or they closing schools and they don't have this and you don't have funding for that. All of that matters. The census is, that's the money,
yeah,
the electorates and the number of people that's representing our community. That's all. They take all of that in. The census plays a part in all of that. That,
right,
that's why
right.
this fool don't want this. Why that's why that fool don't want everybody counted. He don't want, and even like Hispanics and stuff, and immigrants, and people who don't have their papers. Y'all still get counted. They not gonna come get you. They not gonna come
Right,
get you, but you've got to be counted, because
right,
guess
right.
what? You still got to have a place, kids, a place for your kids. Y'all just not in the house, so all of that matters. And again, like I said, it's so important. It's so many things that we have to just tell people. And I say this a lot now. You have to give people grace, because some people don't know. Some people,
They
it's
know.
just, it's something they don't not know. We can't just beat them up. You da 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 da. Like I tell people now, it's your choice not to vote. It's your choice not to vote. But you got to understand, President, I could care less if you voted, because like I said, to me, what's more important is local. To me,
Mm-hmm.
what's more important is who's in the House. To me, what's important is who's in the Senate. And
Yeah,
Who's
that's
in it?
where it matters to me. I don't care
because
about the
Mm.
president.
if your vote wasn't important, they wouldn't be trying to take it.
That's it.
If
It wouldn't be no closing polls and stuff like that.
they
That's why, oh, it's not important. Your vote
close
don't matter.
polls, taking your name off the voting roll,
Yeah. Oh, but your vote don't matter.
yeah, but your
But
vote
they
don't
doing all of that.
matter.
Okay.
My one vote not gonna change nothing. It's just, but they taking it, and people have to understand that if it wasn't important, why would I take it?
Yeah.
Right.
If I don't need it, I don't care if you can go vote. They could say that 50, 60 years. I don't care if they still would take it
Mm-hmm.
price to vote.
Thank you.
If
Right.
it did not matter, think
Thank
about
you.
it. If it really didn't matter, why would they take it? And why would you sit here and say, "Hey, I'm doing third party candidate. I'm doing this." To me, that's where the education piece come in, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
just I'm going to school and I'm in class and I'm gonna learn X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
You can Google
Mm-hmm.
this stuff. If some of y'all can Google some of the weirdest stuff ever to learn how to do X, Y, and Z, you can Google. You can Google this stuff. It is not that hard, and the hard stuff you shouldn't even be worried about, because if you in that type of problem, you need to go ahead and call a lawyer and get yourself
Yeah.
straightened out real,
Yeah.
because
Like, real quick.
it is seriously not that difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The in Florida, was listening to it today, listening to it yesterday. They found a way to take all those inmates, take their votes away from them, and pretty much what they're going with is, all right, so you spent your time in jail, but you still owe money. So you haven't completed the restitution portion of your
Mm-hmm.
sentence. We talking about an
Mm-hmm.
average of $1,500 for a person that is a convicted felon, and you know full well that you ain't got $1,500 if you've been convicted of a felon and you've been to jail at all.
Right.
So now they
Right.
take the votes back. But let me show you how shisty this all is. In the state of Texas, I'm not sure how many jails or prisons there are, but let's say that there are 5 big prisons in the state of Texas, and in that
Mm-hmm.
prison system, there's probably like 600,000 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't care if those people are illegal immigrants, born Americans from outer space. They don't care where they from. Those people get counted, and
Mm-hmm.
they
For
count
that money.
against the state when it comes time for representatives and senators, and
Yes.
they count
Yep.
them. Then let me show you, and this is the trick that y'all don't know. Then when y'all like, well, I ain't going to vote, and everybody else go vote Republican, and they like, well, look here, it ain't a lot of Republicans in Texas. I don't know if y'all know that. It's not a lot of, it's more Democrats in Texas than it is Republican. I just say it that way. What the Republicans do say is, I'm glad they didn't vote this time. So what we fist to do is we fist to make it so that we get as much spaces as possible. We'll take a little bit of this Democratic vote. It's more Republicans in this district. We take some of these Democratic vote. It's more Republicans in this district. We can't help this district. We're just gonna leave that Democrat. We're gonna take some of these and they just chew a little bit off. Whereas in the grand scheme of things, if you had 100 representatives for the state of Texas total, where you're supposed to have 75 or 80 Democrats, you don't have that. You have more Republicans because all they did was just eat a little bit away. And it's legal. It's called gerrymandering.
That's what I was just saying. I was like, that's just, yeah.
But it's legal as long as it's not done against people of color, your gender, your color, or things that you believe in, your religious beliefs. The only reason North Carolina got kicked in the pants was because, hey man, all these places that y'all gerrymandering, these are all black places. You can't do that. But
and it was obvious.
Yeah,
it was obvious.
But if I can prove that I'm not doing it against black people, there's not some white people here too. They say they Democrats. Okay, cool. And there is nothing anyone can do about it. That's educating yourself. That's not me watching CNN for the next 15 hours of MSNBC, Fox News. That's me saying, what the heck is gerrymandering? Oh, and how does that work? Oh, you can read things on the internet. I don't know if y'all know this. You can read on the internet too. If the words come up, you can go left to right, right to left. You can put it in Arabic, French. You put it in language and you can sit here and say, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know they was doing that." Now you educate. Bring your kids on in and say, "Look, I don't know if y'all know this, but they don't like y'all." And who is they? We ain't talking about the man, because I remember growing up, the white man want to keep us down. We ain't talking about
That's what we
That's not when I say they, it's a lot of them. I stay next to a lot of them. Guess what they not going to say to me? One word. You know why? Because if you know what you look and it's factual, when they get to yelling and screaming and arguing, look, we can either talk, we can have a nice cordial conversation, or I can really be black.
Yeah.
You really want me to be black. You want to have a nice cordial conversation. And you don't because apparently I understand what I'm talking about. You don't know.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
On your phone. I say this to everybody equally. I need you to get on your phone. I need you to Google it. Because I know everybody be on their phone. They playing words with friend, tag, or whatever else you're playing on your phone nowadays. I need you to Google it while you're playing on the phone with your friend.
Yeah.
Right.
And figure it out. Because guess what? I could be wrong. I could be selling you a pipe dream like a mug. But I'm probably not gonna.
Trump did to plenty of them.
Yeah, I'm probably
sure
did you a lie on purpose just to keep a racket going. That sounds like some Donald Trump stuff. And guess what?
Right.
I can't subvert my taxes to just to keep a racket going. I don't have that much energy. I don't have that much energy to do that. Right. I seriously don't have that much energy to do that. So people, please, it ain't just about voting. It's not just about education. It ain't just about right and wrong, your morals, ethics, the law, what you think you should do. It's about all of that balled up into one little thing. If you're telling me, well, the founding fathers, but guess what? The founding fathers wasn't black. Got it. It is. You can't make America great again.
Like what?
America was never great.
America is.
That's the thing.
Yeah, and the ideal of what America is supposed to be are two totally different conversations.
Thank you.
The ideal of America is that. What America is is some ugly woman pulling up her skirt or something. She said
The ugly
earlier.
under there that hadn't
Yeah,
been
it's
to the hadn't waxed in months
I
and
don't know nothing
years.
about
That's
waxing.
what's under that skirt.
I'm not gonna talk
Yes,
about that. I'm not.
that's the ugly part of it.
But I'm telling you, I am telling you, the ideal behind it, it's noble, even if
Mhm.
the idea was stolen, because it was, and even if the
Yeah.
idea came from a person that didn't believe it, because he was a hypocrite, because he was
Yep.
also
'Cause it
French.
was.
'Cause he was also
Mhm.
French, but that's a different conversation in itself. But
Mhm.
but what you have to understand is this: the nobility behind recognizing all men are created equal. They're endowed by their creator certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
Pursuit of happiness.
Got it. Take that Thomas Jefferson stole that from some. Take all of that away and just think about that for the next 15 to 20 days, and you come back and you tell me that that is wrong, because it's
Mhm.
not. When you come back in the next 15 20 days and you want to have that conversation, also have that conversation with some context. These
Yeah.
people did this understanding that, okay, we fist to commit a crime called treason against Britain. So they criminals. Yes, they
But
fought
that,
for their quote unquote freedom, only to come up with a system that they figure was fair for everybody, that everyone would fall under and use properly. I can
Mhm.
150% tell you it ain't happened that way since they put it in the inception.
but it wasn't, and even when they put it in the inception, again, it wasn't to including black
Okay,
people.
it went for black people because y'all were only 3/5 of a person, so it took three of y'all to
We
equal
had
one
Which
person.
that to me, I'm still trying to figure out how you 3/5 of a person.
Oh,
Am I
you want to
miss?
know about 3/5 compromise, the great compromise? So these
But wait a minute. When I look, I'm whole, but I'm
you
three
are you a
fifths
real person?
So these, so
Yes.
these idiots
of a
decide to have a
person.
conversation of, well, in the South, we ain't really got nobody down here. Who fault is that? That you decided to move to South Carolina and farm? Who fault is that for thousands of acres? Oh, well, we still
Mm,
we want the same type of representation where we'll come up with a bicameral Congress. That's how you get the House and the Senate. And
Yeah.
make y'all happy so that we'll say that you can count your slaves. 3 out of 5 count as one person, so you don't have some kind of strange representation. Now, think about this. Now, I want y'all again, because you can fast forward to 2020, they still counting inmates, and some of these inmates were born in America. Imagine being born someplace else on Earth, brought
hmm,
here against your will,
Mhm.
still getting counted for votes that don't even have anything to do with
true,
you.
Raymond.
They don't have
Yes.
nothing to do with you
Yeah.
in general. Period. Point. They don't have nothing to do with you. So when they talking about, oh, you know what? We want to make this, and this equitable. They talking about white men. Until you get to
They
1920, you talking about white men. At 19,
yep.
Hmm.
you start talking about white women, kind of, sort of, and white men. Because the
Mhm.
federal government put things into place to not give black people the same type of access to things that white people had, like
Mm.
property.
Right.
So if you wonder why you grew up on a certain part of the tracks or around the tracks,
Hmm.
that was the federal government. It didn't have nothing to do
Mhm.
Yeah.
with white people. Well, it did have something to do with white people, but that was the federal government. So when y'all sit here and have these conversations in these places and spaces, I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm this, and this. You can't make America great.
Right.
The ideal of America is great. The
Yeah.
intention of it probably was great, but how we been doing it or how it's been being done, that ain't great.
Mm-mm.
Mhm.
Because
That's not
somebody
great.
have
Right.
to lose and somebody have to win, and it don't always have to be that. If you want to
Right.
be a thug, you should be. I should be able to say, you know what, you can go stay over there and thug yourself out to death,
Hmm.
literally.
Hmm.
If you want to be okay with the people that you stay around, and they black, they brown, they white, they blue, they green, yellow, whatever color it is, you should have
Yeah.
the ability to do that. But
That's
because
true.
the history of this country has said Oh no. You ain't know you was better than black people?
Yeah.
When was the last time you was a slave? And then you had these idiot white folks come up here and say, well, my grandparents were immigrants. I don't care if your grandparents came on a spaceship. If you look like you white, I can
Yes.
100% guarantee you right now, if you get pulled over and I get pulled over, one of us has an anxiety attack. And even though I don't go out my way to have one, I'm gonna
Well,
have.
hell,
I'm gonna be like,
it ain't no different than them jogging in. We ain't got no black Karens when they come jogging in our neighborhoods,
In
you
our
especially
neighborhood,
the
yeah.
gentrified neighborhoods where they done Midtown and stuff like that. We don't
Right.
bother them.
no, and we
We don't
don't.
bother them.
You know why we
But
not
you,
gonna bother them?
but we get the same. But that's what I'm saying. But the bless his heart, Aubrey was shot jogging. But oh, he fit a description or whatever foolishness. We knew they was chasing him down. They just didn't like him.
Mhm.
But again, like I said, hell, we don't bother nobody. They
No,
run through.
you're
Y'all
not going
do.
to. You know
Shoot,
why?
if anything, we talking
You
about why she over here
know
jogging.
why you're not gonna
She
bother
better be
nobody?
careful.
You still remember that whooping that you got or that talking to when your mom was like, um, didn't I say not to do X, Y, and Z? Oh, you know
Yeah.
why? Why, mom? Because that's their business. Where you
That's
living
it.
Mhm.
over here? Well, this your business. You can't run
That's right.
business
Got to
But
have
you
something
at the
to tell
same
you.
but
time.
you have the audacity that many, and I'm not gonna say all because I don't want to. I tell people this. I don't want to group every white person is not the same. Everybody not. I'm not gonna do
You
that
got
because
white
I'm not
people,
like every black person.
like somebody said, they got white people, and then you have people that happen to be white. It's two totally different.
Exactly. But you just
You can
I don't even,
continue.
all I know is this. All I know is I want them same opportunities that you get when I walk in that bank, when I
Mhm.
buy my house, when I go
Mhm.
for a job,
Yes.
when anything. I want the same opportunities. I want it to be fair across the board.
Yeah,
I don't understand why race needs to be. We have to, if I'm filling out a loan application, why you asking me my race? And I get it afterwards, but while I'm doing it, no. You just need to
Yeah.
let me know if I'm gonna get that loan, and then once you either approve that loan, then you can know my race. But I don't need that to be a determining factor before I go in for it to make it available. That's all I'm
Exactly.
saying.
go.
So,
Hey, everybody that's watching, go pick up The Color of Law. It's gonna it's gonna enlighten you. It's gonna piss you off too. But go
the
pick that
Mhm.
color of
book up. The Color of Law. If you want to know why she just said if I go to the bank I want to get X, Y, and Z, or why I should be able to live X, Y, I should be able to do this. You should. But again, there were things put into place that prevented you from doing it simply because
Right.
you're not white.
my next thing is that we've got to work on getting we've got to we've got to deconstruct to reconstruct. That's
Mhm.
that's the point. So that's what we've got to. That's got to be our next thing as Black America. you
Yeah.
know um
That's so
and
true.
again, I had a friend to tell me that, and she really helped me to understand that when I was with Breonna Taylor, and I was telling her how upset. She said, the world is shifting right now. She said we're
Mhm.
shifting. It's either, she said, America either gonna do what's right. It's trying to upright itself. She said they're either, we're in a big shift right now. She said,
Mhm.
so you just have to be ready. She said, because either they're gonna do what's right to get it to where it needs to be, or it's not. But either way, you have to be prepared. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's true. Because and I don't want to be corny, but like Biden says, it's almost corny, but we're in the fight for the soul of America, and it's the truth. And not just for America, but as Black people, that's where we're at now.
Mhm.
Whereas they would, okay, we know you're gonna ride, and then we done with it. Now it's an ongoing thing. But
Yeah.
like I said, we've got to push through. We've got
Right.
to continue to push. And as ugly as it's gonna get, and just like we said, some of us gonna lose our lives for this. but
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be there. We're gonna have to push through. Some of us not gonna come through on the other side. It's
Mm-hmm.
a fact. But
Yep.
Yeah.
we've gotta we because this until we just to show this country that now this that all that other and okay, oh, we gonna say that, oh, and we done. No. And even just like I said, even with Biden and Kamala in office, we not gonna let you just ride because you was Barack's, and we not gonna let you just ride because you picked Kamala. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. But we got an agenda. We gotta push. We gotta push.
That's right.
We
And we
gotta
have
make their asses uneasy.
exactly.
They don't like it. They
Yep.
it's a lot of people uncomfortable. I've had friends. It's just uncomfortable. But you're gonna be uncomfortable because guess what? I've been uncomfortable all my life.
Karen,
This is the norm
Karen
for
said
us.
today, she said today, she's like, if it's me and you and another person in the room, I'm not fit to be uncomfortable because of you. You be uncomfortable because of me. I've been uncomfortable
Right.
this whole. You know what? Screw that. It's time for me
Yeah,
to go in, stretch out, take my shoes off,
yeah, and
stretch
because
Yes.
and like I said, it doesn't have to be ugly. We don't have to be ugly, but it's going to be said what it's going to. We're going to do it the way we need to. Oh no, I spoke with a person, a friend that was, oh, with the riots and stuff. Oh well, it has to be done. If you can, I see this a lot too. Peaceful, it's peaceful, peaceful. But we did do peaceful protests, and
we
that hell, when Trayvon was shot, it was peaceful.
yeah.
And now look at
Yeah.
that has transpired since Trayvon. And it's getting worse, and it's so blatant now. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, so we're supposed,
So
oh, okay, we're going to be peaceful with our signs, and we go, okay, we don't. No, 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 because
yeah, we done
America's
with that.
never been peaceful. America's never been peaceful. Y'all invade countries. Y'all not. We gonna come in. Now we gonna invade your country. We gonna be peaceful though. We gonna be peaceful in how we do it. America ain't ever done that.
I'm pretty
Look,
sure
look at the
that
So
America.
for sure.
we gonna tiptoe in here. We just gonna come in and get over
Pretty sure we got a tip,
the one they found in the hole. Shh, we just gonna tip in here and get him.
pretty
Y'all
sure it's
told
not.
shit up. You told countries up. Saddam, they told it based on a lie. Look at the people who died. But you want us to be peaceful. And that's what I was like, no, no, no. America doesn't know peace. America don't really know peace. They
We
don't.
weren't formed on peace.
Never.
No, you
It
can't
was
make
formed on violence. You came here,
omelet without
you
breaking some
pillaged the
eggs. That's
Indians,
just
Yeah.
the long and the short of it.
the
It's not.
Native
It's gonna.
Americans,
Yeah. Okay.
who are the true when they go back under yeah, y'all came over here on that Mayflower, whatever. But
We did
so
say,
again, we can't.
That's what they say.
Peace is not
Oh, peace
you
ain't.
it's not
can't
gonna
just
work.
what was already here. Okay.
Well, yeah,
So
you
I
can't
want
discover something. Yeah,
to
you can't
get
discover.
get
That is, can't discover something that was already here. And again, you just have to. We have to find a way
right.
in our communities to come together.
We got to.
I don't care if it's a lot of y'all, if it's a few of y'all. Got to find a way to do it. Because it's got to
Mhm.
be a better way. It has to.
Yeah.
I'm not,
We gotta get ready.
I'm not saying it in a hopeful way. I'm telling you,
Mhm.
there is a better way. I get
It
it.
is.
We don't. We haven't been given. We haven't been treated fairly.
Mhm.
Got it. Yet we keep sewing into a system, a country, a community that's like, oh well, some days you want us and some days you don't. Some days you got
Mm-hmm.
us, some days you don't. We have
Mm-hmm.
to find a way, even if again, you're not gonna get you're not doing it because you're trying to be um unpeaceful or just riding. That's not the goal.
Mhm.
Right.
The goal is I'm not worried about Roberto. I got 6 other people I'm worried about.
Mm-hmm.
They turn, they're not gonna be worried about them. They're gonna be worried about their kids. So if
Right.
Yeah.
you can't worry about my sons, who have to worry about their kids, who have to worry about
Mm-hmm.
their kids. If you could go back and talk to your great grandparents or great great grandparents right after they write the 15, 16, 17 amendment, 14, 15, 16 amendments, and say, hey, everything gonna be all right. Literally, and it happens. I'm pretty sure that if you brought them here and set them down today, they'd be like, oh wow, y'all did a whole lot in the span of 100 something years. But I'm pretty sure they're not gonna say that because it
Nope.
happened. We are
Mm-mm.
back in the same cycle that we were
Yeah,
in the
that's
50s,
true.
right after Reconstruction, right before
Yeah.
Reconstruction. We are back.
Before
Jim
Reconstruction.
Crow, that's another one. Jim Crow by a different name. That's
Yes.
what you read as well. I'm,
Yes.
all I'm telling you is if you are looking for the truth, it is out there. All you
Yep.
have to do is stop thinking about, hey, you know what? I'm gonna keep bumping my head against this wall the same way.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta start coming at this stuff sideways. And that's why I said, black
Mm-hmm.
people, get in a community of yourselves and y'all start bringing,
Mm-hmm.
I need to start
Mm-hmm.
having meetings. Black people, who you gonna vote for candidates, support as candidates, put up as candidates, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Trust me,
Right.
if you shake enough trees to startle the snakes, they're gonna start coming out.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna
I'm
come out.
sorry.
They're gonna go see, hey, so what is gonna cost me for you not to run?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
What is gonna cost me for you not to go say this? What is gonna cost me for this, and this?
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's when the education piece comes into play. Because now I'm gonna need you to start. Don't ask for. I don't need no money. So I tell you what. If you want me not to run for city council, let me see how much land you own in this city. I'm gonna need about, I don't know, about 40, 50 of them acres over there and 40, 50 of them acres. What you gonna do with that? You worried about being in the city council or you worried about what I'm trying to do with these
Right.
acres?
Yeah. Which is which? Yeah.
If I'm trying to create legacy, if I'm trying to
Yeah.
create a monetary perpetuity for my family, start
Mm-hmm.
what they got to use to get to the point that they at now.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Beat them playing a different game. If they playing chess and you playing Uno, I'm 100% sure Uno does not beat
Right.
checkmate. Pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah.
So you need to start playing chess. Some of y'all on the checkerboard. Some of y'all playing Uno, Monopoly, Lot, playing the wrong game. Mitch McConnell said, well, it's different than when Barack Obama, because he was never going to be president again. Do you know what the Constitution says? I don't care about what Mitch McConnell said, actually. I really don't.
Yeah.
Do you know what the Constitution says? Constitution. Mitch McConnell could have just told you, well, in the United States Constitution, it says the president can appoint someone to the Supreme Court with the consent, under the advice and consent of the Senate. Does it say during the presidential election? Nope. It says advice and consent of the Senate, which
Yep.
means if we don't feel like advising and consenting, we don't have to. And there is
Right.
Yep.
nothing you can do about it. When we feel like
Mhm.
advising and consenting, we will, as long as I got the majority. They
Exactly.
don't care about how you look at it morally. Like Bill
Yeah.
Maher,
Mm-hmm.
how you think Republicans sleep at night? Like a baby.
Hmm.
How you think criminals sleep at night?
Yep.
Like a baby.
Yep.
How you think God-fearing people sleep at night? Like a baby. So if you ain't
Mhm.
worried about something, I don't care what you say. I
Right.
don't care if I'm not worried about what you're saying,
True,
because you don't have
Darren.
no power anyway. I don't
Right.
want to worry about. How I care. I don't.
Right.
That's called education.
Yep.
That one
Exactly.
little education piece right there, that one little piece would have said,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're not gonna put in you're not gonna let him do. Okay, so guess what we're not gonna do? We're gonna make sure that the next president is Democratic. I don't care about
Mm-hmm.
anything else. Most of y'all could not cite most of the laws that the people that work for the federal government even have to work. They have to work under. You know, most of y'all
Mm-hmm.
cite them. Real
Yeah.
situation. I had a troop do something wrong, which is pretty much parallel to what Hillary Clinton did. Did she get an Article 15? No. Did they want me to give her Article 15? Kinda. What did I say? Well, is it something that someone could just willy-nilly do accidentally on purpose? Sure. Did she give away secrets to anybody that no? Did she mess something up in the grants? No. So if all we worried about was Hillary Clinton emails because we felt like she was just being disingenuous. Don't forget Benghazi. Oh,
Oh, so yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah, yeah.
She asked for more money from the Congress. The Senate said no, we're not giving you more money. So part
Mm-hmm.
of the Benghazi situation, your boy Mitch McConnell is part of that. You don't know
So
that because
Hmm.
you know what you don't do. You don't research.
no.
Because you know what? Fox said she did it. Fox News said.
Fox News said it,
So
and you know,
where'd you get that? Well, who's that? Well, it was on Fox News.
Fox News paying light bills at your house, so you got to believe what
Yeah.
they say. So
Hmm.
that's the situation that you against.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You're sitting, I love telling people all the time. One of my favorite movies. You're a kite flying in a hurricane, Mr. Bond. That's what a lot of y'all are. Y'all
Hmm.
Mhm.
flying in hurricanes because you have zero idea of what's going on, why it's
None.
going on, how it's going on, and when it's
Right.
going on. And you see
Yep.
me having these conversations on Facebook, and I be looking at it like, what the heck? How did you get to that conclusion? That's not even right. That ain't even legal.
Yeah.
Did you read the Constitution before you? All right, I know it's right. How you know it's right? And you post news media post after news media post, and I just say, oh, okay, well, let me help you with your stupid. Here go a law.
Yeah.
That's what the law.
Somebody talking about Trump stated he
You can come
loved the
back with a
poorly
news
educated.
media
Well,
clip,
of course he
but
loved
I
the poorly
guarantee you,
educated.
yeah, I
She was
guarantee
talking about
you,
he loved the poorly educated. Of course Trump loved the poorly
yeah,
educated. He's poorly
he
educated.
Dumb.
hey,
He can't even read.
he dumb. Hey, you see that Lakers? Well, no, the Lakers ain't dumb, but he is dumb as that sign sitting up there. This you have to understand what it is, and I get that it's a lot. It is a lot that we have not
It
taught. It is a lot that we do not know. But trust me, believe me when I tell you, when you start finding out stuff, you be like,
Yes.
upset. I feel a certain type of way about this. I don't
Yeah.
know why. You know why you
Yeah.
feel a certain type of way about it? Because somebody told you something totally different, or was like,
Mhm.
civics class, you got these three, three branches of government: judicial,
Mhm.
legislative, executive, and so the legislative they make laws,
Just
and the executive they sign them in, the judicial make sure they legal. That ain't what they do.
mm-hmm.
All three of those
Mm-hmm.
branches have separate and equal powers. Guess what?
That's right.
Supreme Court of the United States make laws sometimes.
They
President
sure do.
make laws sometimes.
Yep.
So does Congress, depending on how you frame them, depending on how you
Yes.
can knock them up and down. So
Right.
when I ask you what has President Trump done, realistically, nothing. But yeah, he done wrote all these executive orders. Man, you can vote me in to be president tomorrow, and I'd be like, I'm rescinding every last one of the executive orders this
It,
man did
Right.
in
it's like-
on one piece of paper, and be like, boop, we done with that. Are y'all making laws, or y'all sitting over here arguing?
right.
Huh.
That's what y'all again. Should we have?
We
I believe that we should have congressional term limits. The only reason
uh-huh.
why I
Yes.
believe that is because I seriously came up with a diabolical plan. Your federal government should be democratic. Should be Democrats running the federal government. In your states, they should all be Republican. Why? Because Democrats love the big picture of things. Republicans love small government. Between the two of those situations, I guarantee you everybody would get everything that they want and nothing that they needed. And then you'd be happy. Because Democrats would be like, you have access to this. And depending on what state you stayed in, you could either do it or you wouldn't be able to do it. And
Right.
you had to move, you would move. And if you didn't want to move, you don't have to move. We get caught up in some of the most tedious, insignificant, stupid things ever.
Yep. Yep.
Want to know why I am pro choice? Is because I have never had a child ever from my body. Do I think that a woman should have a right to choose? Yes. I would hope that they would choose life, but guess what? Life just don't work that way for everybody.
Everybody.
It don't work that. Yes.
So if you decide
Yes.
you're having an abortion, guess what? I believe in God. Notice I said I believe. I didn't say we. I'm not from France, even though I'm
Exactly.
from Louisiana. I said I believe in God. What
Mhm.
you have, what you answer for is for what you answer for.
What
Exactly.
you?
What you I
Yes.
definitely can't answer what I think God gonna say because I don't know. Well, it says it in the Bible. It do. You sure about that? Are you 100%
Mhm.
sure about that? Because I'm 100% sure. Like there's a Old Testament and a New Testament, and after taking
Right.
some classes this past summer, it done opened my eyes up to a different definition of certain things. God
Well,
is
Mhm.
I just said it's all interpreted how you want to as an individual
well, first
anyway.
and foremost, here's the thing. The
Yeah.
whole Old Testament is just about God telling Israel, hey, I wish y'all would stop acting like little kids and ignoring me. I am still God, the God,
Hmm.
Abraham said that he was serving since y'all descendants of him. I'm trying to keep my promise to y'all.
Right.
All the New Testament is, well, since y'all won't listen to me this way, I'm going to just do it this other way.
Mm.
So either you can get on the Jesus train, or you can not. It's all up to you. Still, it's still up to
It's
you.
all up to you.
Now all this
It's
other
just,
stuff that people come have going on. Hey, Jesus said that if you do this, you can make $5 million, and God said if you do that, I'll bless you abundantly. Do you know what bless abundantly means? Because I'm pretty
just
sure
be
if I don't have a house, and I'm pretty sure if I don't have a house, a $50,000 home is blessed abundantly.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure of that. Pretty sure if I don't have
I
some
just say
food,
blessed abundantly is everybody what you get the opportunity to wake up the next day.
exactly. So guess what?
That's my
If I
blessed
get the
abundantly.
maybe
That's just like I laugh when people who say I'm highly favored. No one's highly favored. We're all favored if we woke up the next day. You're no higher because you woke up. We all woke up. So
apparently
you're not
they you know how you getting them things, them little ruts. I'm gonna say it because
Yes. Yes.
you know
Yes.
how it is when the guy say, "Come here, baby." It's you like, oh, you just gonna do what he say? Huh? It sound good. It sound good, but are you
So I'm
actually
gonna keep saying it. Yeah. Yeah.
living? So every time y'all go to there and y'all be like, "Oh, well, Democrat said this, and Republican said this, and he said this, and they gonna do this," and that. Listen to me. None of that stuff really matters in the grand scheme of it.
mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
None of that stuff really matters. I do not care if you put a Supreme Court justice up there that say we're gonna rescind Roe versus Wade.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care because guess what? At the end of the day, she gotta go see the same God I gotta go see. Let, hey, let her tell it. She believe in God more than all three of us combined. But that's neither here nor
Yeah. Took an oath.
at the end of the day. You gotta go see God the same way I do, and you have to sit
Mm,
here and say, while I was on this earth, did I do these following things?
Mm-hmm.
Love thy neighbor as I love myself.
mm-hmm.
This is my Lord and Savior. I accept him. Did you live by those things? Yeah or no? Nobody
Mm-hmm.
perfect, but you better sure be trying to get to it. Because if not, you ain't got to worry about who you're not voting for and third party candidates. Because I can guarantee you who not gonna be up there with them in the voting booth. Hey, is he in or is he out? I don't know. Out. Is she in
Right.
or is she out? I'm not gonna vote on this. You don't sit in limbo. You either gonna be in heaven or you gonna be in hell.
Mm-hmm. Ain't no in between.
While you here on
Yeah.
that is supposed to be our mandate. And if we're not
Mm-hmm.
getting closer to that mandate in our law, if we're not getting closer to that mandate in how we are as a country,
Right.
all the rest of that stuff, y'all, smoke and mirrors, smoke. And that's how I look at why you should be educating yourself on the legal process,
That's
on
right.
the
We
law,
got
why you
somewhere. Yes,
don't,
Yeah.
all of those things.
Yeah.
It
yes,
should bring you closer to God, not putting you further away from Him. Because why would you tell somebody they come from a shithole country? Why would you tell somebody where they're not sending their best? When Mexico sends people, they're not sending their best. How you know?
right.
You one of the biggest illegal immigrant hiring person in
Well,
America.
it's not only that, but it's not even all of that. The senior your worst and your best. Well, hell, you the worst of America. Look, we elected the worst of. We we elected the. He want to talk about you may as well, and I don't even want to say it like that because it's disrespectful. Because I'm not going to say immigrants that come here
Mhm.
or dummies or this and that other. But you are at the bottom of the intelligence pile up for America. If
Right.
you want to say America, and you were elected a president. So
Yeah.
hey, if we can stoop so low to elect a realistically an unstable individual to run this country, then you want to talk about you should know shithole, baby. You ought to shit. You know the lowest of the low because you are. You
Yep.
reside there. So
Yep.
you want to holler about shithole countries or whatever. You're at the
Yeah.
you're the scum. So you pretty much know what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So
Hey,
you
you
you might be you
you would know
I ain't
better
gonna even
than
say
me.
you might be right on that, but you might get a few, but you know your own kind, you know.
It's
You
true.
know your own kind.
It's true.
So
That's what we saying to y'all. Educate yourself. Like, reach out. We are resources. Reach out. Because I'm like Roberta, when I started reading some of these books and I started actually paying attention, I was mad. Like, you mean to tell me I've been sitting up here all this time and you feel dumb. And then you want to go tell other people, like, this is not what can happen. Y'all, we got to get to the polls. We got to meet the deadlines to get registered. Whatever state you in,
October 5th
yes,
is the
get
last
there.
day in Texas to be able to get registered to vote in
October
November.
5th.
October, which is Sunday,
Sunday,
Monday,
Monday.
which is Monday. It's Monday, right? Yeah,
Yeah, Monday. Yeah, I just looked at my calendar.
Monday. So,
Look at
and
Get
that.
even if you cannot register, if you need a registrar, if you need someone to register, I think you can go online. Matter of fact, let me check. I think she
And
sent me.
there's so many different organizations. I actually just talked to two recently. And that information is coming out soon where you can get resources, y'all. They will help you with the ballots for your city and state, your city. Then what we've been talking about, local. So they will
And
tell you
please
you need to vote.
research your candidates. Please
Yes,
research your candidates because
You can
I see
Google
a
them.
lot of them on the news. And even do this, don't be ashamed because I did this last election. Make your list whether who you want to vote for. Make sure you're not. I don't know what happened to my computer. Can y'all still see me? Okay, there we go.
We,
Maybe it was just me. But make you a little list of, hey, I know for sure I don't want to vote for this person. I know for sure I don't want
right.
to. Take your little paper in there because I think they was trying to say, oh, you can't do whatever. I had my little paper, pull it on
Yeah,
out.
they were
I
trying to say
made sure when I was voting, I voted
right.
for the right people. I voted for who I needed to vote for. So if you have to
Yes,
do that, do whatever you need to do, but just make sure
please,
you need to go. You make sure you
please,
go
please.
and vote early. Vote even, and it's better to vote early because guess what? You can vote anywhere. You don't have to go
Yeah,
to your precinct. So vote
you can
early
go
so you can just stop
anywhere.
wherever you need to stop. You can go
Please,
vote wherever. But
yes,
that's the key. But please vote. And if you're not sure, if your first time and you need somebody to go with you, hey, I'm here. I'm
tell
shoot.
me,
I'll even drive you.
please, please.
But we've
I'm
got
gonna tell
to
South
get
Carolina,
out there.
we'll come get you to go take you to vote. October 4th is the last day you can register here in the state of South Carolina.
South
Um,
Carolina,
we'll come
come
get you because trust me, they're trying to get you not to vote. They didn't took
Trying to
They,
people off the road.
oh,
They didn't take
yes.
people off the road. Please make sure and check to make sure that you can vote. Also, make sure they
Right.
did take your name off the road.
is
And
Mitch McConnell from your side? Is that North Carolina? Where
Mitch
he from?
McConnell is from West Virginia. Ain't
West
nobody.
Virginia.
I'm sorry, he's from Kentucky. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody worried about my scout, Mitch.
Back them backwood Bama old ass.
He
And
is
he
old.
fell the other day. Here I go. He should have
But
hit his
please
head.
make sure that you are registered to vote. Check your name if you're in
Yes.
Georgia,
Go to
Wisconsin,
that.
Minnesota, or Michigan. Please check your name because
It's
in
Check
North
your
Carolina,
that's
because
right.
they have taken
Okay.
names off of the road, legally taking your name off. You need to check it and make sure that you are registered to vote. Check it, check it, check it.
and same for the state of Texas. You can go to the state of Texas website to make sure that you are registered. It will
Right.
tell you if you're not. You can do that. It is excuse me, my new little glasses, but still got that progressive going on. VRAPP.sos.state.tx.us. Hey, I ain't shame. I'm 52 now.
I ain't
These
sure
eyes
we
is
got
bad.
I ain't tripping. Yes.
But the voter registration, you can go there. You can find out if you're already registered, and if you're not, like I said,
How you can
reach out.
yes.
Hey, listen, I got businesses, RW Couture, Dots Natural Nail Spot, the CBD Face. Reach out and say, hey, I'm not registered. If you need somebody, if you need the form, whatever you need to do, we can get it to
Right.
you before October 5th to be registered.
Yes. Yes. So what I do
This week.
Yes, what I'll do, Renata and Roberto, I'll start a list on my page of resources of how you can get registered, how to check your registration. If y'all have additional resources, just add to that list. Y'all,
Okay.
we take the time to share this because it is that important. Your life, your livelihood, your family, your legacy depends on you voting. It is not a game. It is not
It
a
is
game.
not.
You gotta,
And like I said, even if you don't want to vote on president, if you don't like the two candidates, don't even worry about it. But make sure you're voting
locally.
for down that ticket, down that ballot for the House, the Senate, the whatever, whoever. If it's your local, whatever, make sure you're voting and you know who
Yes,
you're voting for. The
yes,
House, because you got people running for Senate. I've seen some of these running for Senate. They're like, no. So again, yeah, you already know.
No.
Okay. Yeah, you already didn't rub me the wrong way. Got them on my
right,
list. I ain't lying. I got a list.
right, right. So
Yeah,
definitely we got to do that. But I thank y'all both. Like I
you're
already
welcome.
knew we was gonna get the truth. Y'all, if y'all wasn't ready, y'all wasn't ready. But my folks bring it. 1,000% thank y'all for
You're
joining
welcome.
me, getting this out here. We need y'all. Please reach out to them if y'all got questions. Like for real. Like just reach out to us if you need help with anything. And like your wife said, if you feel overwhelmed with it, find somebody that you trust. Find somebody that you can share these things with. Don't let that be
Yeah.
your reason not to vote. Get with somebody you know. And if that person don't know, look, we need to find somebody because they told us it's important that we vote. Everything
And don't
depends.
be embarrassed about it. And don't
Please
be
don't.
embarrassed about it, and don't allow anyone to make you feel some kind of way. But if you haven't voted or if it's been a while, don't allow people to make you feel any kind of way about it.
Right.
But it's okay. It's okay.
We'll get through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's important. And like I said, this year and yeah,
Especially this year. And
it's
Yes.
please
yeah.
vote early. I know people are worried about COVID. Please, that's why we're asking people to vote early.
Vote
Hmm.
early, yeah, because that way you don't have to stand in those lines, and
Yeah.
I mean, you
Yeah.
just got options. You'll have more options if you vote early. And I
Right.
think early voting starts October 13th here in the state of Texas.
Hmm.
So October 13th, you can vote early, which means you can vote anywhere up until
Okay.
November 3rd.
Yeah, for us to
Okay.
start.
Yeah. I want to make sure I list that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the
So
fifth.
that I know. Yes, we need y'all help. Like we need to vote. But thank y'all again. I had fun.
You're
It's always
welcome.
fun
Thank
with
you.
y'all.
Thank you
All
for
right.
having me on, Lakeisha. I
Oh, you're
appreciate y'all.
welcome. Thank all to all the fans watching. We appreciate y'all. Thank you for y'all input. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Like